Hello, my name is Ryan Corpo. I am the current coordinator for Pax Christi, New York State, and a member of the 50th Anniversary Planning Committee. I'm here with Isaac Chandler, also a member of the Planning Committee and the former National Council Chair. I am joined today by Father Peter Dougherty, recipient of the 2002 Teacher of Peace Award and a founder of the Michigan-based Meta Peace Team. Since 1975, he has pursued nuclear disarmament and international peace efforts through trips to Palestine, Israel, Iraq, Bosnia, and Mexico. In November 2009, he received the Jamnalal Bajaj International Award for fostering Gandhian values. Peter, welcome.
Welcome. A joy to be with you.
Thank you.
A privilege.
Peter, how did you first get involved in the work of Pax Christi USA?
Back in the 1970s, I was a campus minister, Eastern Michigan University, during the war, Vietnam War. And suddenly I'm thrust into, what is this war really all about? Because students had been rioting, that spring of 70 on campuses. So I ended up having my life turned upside down. And by 75, I had to make a move. So I moved to the Lansing area. We set up a Catholic worker type community, 3 of us, and working on nuclear disarmament. And with other groups in Michigan, we began working on, we had 2 strategic air command bases in Michigan with nuclear weapons on the B-52s, and then a plant making the cruise missile engine. In the 70s, cruise missiles had only nuclear warheads. So really thrown into all of this. And Pax Christi was very key in my seeing the Catholic understanding of peace and justice and violence. That was very key. And with other, activists, the Berrigan brothers became dear friends, Ardith Platty, Carol Gilbert, Jackie Hudson, and Liz McAllister, and others. And then the Corderos, and on I could go. So Pax Christi, Michigan, I got involved with that in the 70s, and therefore with Pax Christi USA. So it was a big thing. And for a year and a half, I was paid by Pax Christi, Michigan to go out through the state to try to help form local Pax Christi groups. And then moved on to, ending up with the Meta Peace Team, forming that in 1993 with others as the Cold War ended. So Catholic involvement, the Catholic community of Pax Christi was very central to me and in my life. So I have been a dues-paying member of Pax Christi, Michigan, and Pax Christi USA for eons. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Peter. So Peter, and wow, thank you so much for that wonderful answer. Seems like you certainly were involved in a lot of the early history and so forth, and you certainly have a lot of institutional memory when it comes to Pax Christi USA. Yes. And the work that was done, early work that was done for the cause of peace and justice. So let me just ask you, now that we are looking at 50 years as an organization and as a group, what are some of your hopes for the future of this Catholic peace movement?
Well, it's been a real inspiration with, Pax Christi International, the work on creating that conference in the Vatican, at the urging of the popes to make nonviolence the standard and condemning nuclear weapons totally. That's been an inspiration and a joy. And so that's part of the hope on that larger level, trying to keep influencing the official Catholic Church. And having 2 bishops in the US in leadership is a marvel, because they are, totally calling for disarmament and The pastoral letter is an inspiration. So this is a hope. Plus, trying to bring younger folks into the movement. And big thing for me is sharing that spiritual grounding, that it's not the externals that are the first thing, demonstrations, the social analysis, the working out there, but rather personal transformation is the first step. Otherwise, we're recycling our own blindness if we're not dealing with our own growth. It is in the DNA of all human beings, the capacity to grow to full human capacity, self-actualization, and Abraham Maslow's term, speaking of developmental psychologists, as they have studied the steps of growth and development, and seeing that there has to be that spiritual dimension to that. So the Catholic Church, the Catholic Peace Movement has broadened out. We don't just speak Catholic language to ourselves. We reach out. One of the key things is the death of the mythic God. This is a key part of personal transformation, to move from, the cultural level of needing to belong, age 11 on, you have to belong, and your identity is rooted in that identity. I was ordained a priest at age 26. I was still at that stage, that ethnocentric stage of growth. I believe my Catholic Church, the one true religion. Of course, America is the greatest country, blessed by God, the greatest in all of history. I had no clue yet of my sexism and my racism and my homophobia. That came with more growth after I was age 26.
Peter, I'm wondering what, and you've touched on this a bit, are the specific joys and challenges of working for peace, specifically within Pax Christi?
It is a joy to be with people and be community with people who share something of your deepest understanding. We have to search for such friends and allies. And so that is there, that you find a wisdom, a maturity. You find a wisdom. And so that's part of the joy. I can talk the same language with people. Mary and Pat, we're here today in Pax Christi, Michigan. Oh my God, we're absolutely on the same wavelength. Wow. And I have seen us grow. I have seen us grow through the years. Mary and Pat and me, we have grown over the many years we have been together in Pax Christi, Michigan, and Meta Peace Team. So the joy is, it's the truth. It's not because I've been taught that. It's because increasingly that's the experience within. God is absolutely loving. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't have to be afraid of anything. But I catch myself out of the side of my eyes. Peter, you have this fear. Now that I can see it, put it out there and let it flow away like a butterfly, free. We help each other to do that. So lots of joy. If I didn't have the community, Pax Christi community and the others combined, it would be a rough life to be alone. Some people in the conflict are really alone. Wow. It's a joy to be with Pax Christi and be of Pax Christi. And as I say, Meta Peace Team in my life. And so most of us have varying groups we're part of. Pax Christi needs to be a central one in the lives of more and more people. So, yeah, the joys of knowing the folks since the 70s and being connected with them here in Michigan in particular. It's been a joy.
Thank you. Thank you very much for those insightful words, Peter. Peter, do you have any message for the attendees for the 50th anniversary conference? Some words of wisdom, some things to share, some observations?
Yeah, I am sorry. I was planning on coming, but a situation in my life, I can't go. I'm very disappointed, I really wanted to be there with you, with that Pax Christi community. So my words are keep nurturing the relationships. All who are present at that conference, keep nurturing the relationships that you have in Pax Christi and keep them bringing more, spread the word in where we live, the groups we are with, and keep working on the issues where the spirit within is leading you to go. Some of it may be Pax Christi, or a lot of it may be Pax Christi, or with other organizations, and keep working the networking of these organizations and help people to grow, understand. People go, see the division in America. Half the country hates the other half. Well, that's an exaggeration, but there's a deep truth in that. We know. Understand why that is. I understand increasingly because I understand people are stuck. The fear and the bitterness or the hate or the need to belong to the groups that are demonizing the other. I understand that. How do we help such folks grow? Connect with people who are outside our peace groups, finding ways to do that. I'm struck by the one former white supremacist who was in a white supremacist gang, and he left and he got healing. And he keeps a relationship with those former guys. And he says, you can't reason with them. You have to love them. Yeah. So keep working. And here's one of the words. We are, flip a coin. Are we going to make it through the hells that are unfolding? Everything from nuclear holocaust to environmental holocaust to dictatorships in former democracies on planet Earth right now. We have to realize that's a possibility. And how do we prepare ourselves for the long haul of continuing to work for peace and hopefully be a part of the turning the corner to peace more and more and more, or if there is the fallback for a period of time. Nazi Germany wasn't that long ago, yet that didn't last. So we don't know. I am not destroyed. If I were to know that we were going to live in a Nazi Germany, the whole planet, that doesn't deter me from being faithful. Like Eddie Hillesum, I will continue to love God and love every bit of sunshine and every person I meet, and I will be a presence of divine love. So we are, and to not be overturned by these hard things. No, the divine love permeates everything. That's the bottom. That's the rock bottom reality. It is the final word and the final truth of evolution of human beings at this point in 2022, in the brief history of the human race on this awesome planet that's 13.8 billion years old. We're a part of it all. And at the heart of it is love. And the hate cannot totally destroy that. So with the ups and downs in our life and in our culture, we have each other, and we have that knowing that love is the ultimate, period. And how do we live that out day by day and in our communities and keep planting those seeds, putting our bodies in the way of the tanks when it's the day to do that, and not alone, but together. And keep bringing people in as they see what we are and what we do. Does our love touch them? Does our courage touch them so that they climb aboard? Yes. So we don't poo-poo the horror that's unfolding. And as people want to block it out, so many people, like the 60% of my brothers and sisters, might block out, no, I don't give up on you. People didn't give up on me. I will not give up on you, because the divine love is the breath of air that permeates all. Incarnation really is the very presence of God in every subatomic particle of energy and matter in this beloved universe.
Just as a reminder, Pax Christi's 50th anniversary celebration will take place August 5th through the 7th in Washington, D.C. Peter, thank you for joining us today.
Thank both of you. You're beautiful. Thank you, my brothers.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you all at the conference.